Okay, so we were talking about getting that soft feel in the back up and the lateral flexation, and the horse is listening to you. There's sometimes you need to put it on, and we've talked about this a bunch. You can go back through our different videos on Cowboy Campus about a one-rein stop and emergency brake. But I'm gonna go over this again because it's just super important. We're gonna show Alex is gonna be working a horse over here too. When I'm asking my horse to go around and I've got him soft in hand, and I sit down and he listens to my feet and he gets stopped and comes back, he's willingly listening to my body language and stopping. But what would happen if something spooked your horse, and they're flight animals, and he is out of there? You have to practice what we call a one-rein stop. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have Alex go around here. Alex, if you'd like to just trot your mare, or your gelding, I should say, around. Let's see you do a one-rein stop both ways. And you would practice this a bunch so it would become muscle memory for your horse on how to do it.
And you, if you ever needed it.
Okay, go ahead and stop him. Run your hand down there so to the right. She's tipped that horse's nose to her knee. She's using her inside leg to disengage his hindquarters. When he's stopped, his feet are stopped, and he's not pushing on her hand, she's gonna release. Good. Now step him off and head off the other way.
Super important to teach your kids this as well.
You bet. See, if your horse is really thinking he needs to leave, there's no way you're gonna stop him pulling on one hand. But if you practice this enough, it becomes muscle memory for your horse, to where you tip his nose, bring it to your knee, he's gonna disengage his hindquarters and he's gonna get stopped. Plus you're taking away his ability to leave because he's crossing his hindquarters. This is the same thing we work on when we're doing our groundwork. So they've got an introduction to this before you ever ride them. And all you're doing is you're going back and you're doing the same thing from their back that you've been doing on the ground, okay? So go ahead, Alex, tip him up here and go ahead and stop him again. Now this is to the left. You can't, she's doing it at a lope here right now, reach down. You'd start out doing it at a walk, disengage the hindquarters and stopping them. Then you do it at a trot. Then you do it at a lope. And you would do it enough times that your horse totally understood what you're asking for. There'll be plenty of times to where you got your horse to where he's stopping really good, but you just sitting down, he gets stopped. But that doesn't mean you throw out your one-rein stop. You'd get him to where he's comfortable with it. It could save your life down the road. It's well worth spending the time.